Good evening. This is Stephen Lyles, aka Marion Ghana. Today I'm just going to do a quick video about 10 important things that anyone should know traveling to Ghana, especially being Americans traveling to Ghana. First, I like to give just a quick background. Basically, today is what is today? The 24th of March 2019. I've been traveling I've started traveling to Ghana back in 2011 of April 16th or 17th, I think was my first day that I landed in Ghana. Since then, since that first year of 2011, I traveled to Ghana 3 times that particular year. And from then to now, I really can't even tell you how many times back and forth, because usually I'm just back and forth sometimes 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Right now, I'm waiting on my new passport, since my old passport still had 4 years, like 4 years remaining on it, but all the pages was used up from all the visas from Nigeria and Ghana, so had no more pages but the one blank page, so had to come back, send away for my new 64-page passport book to arrive here. So that's what I'm waiting on now. So, maybe a few more weeks I'll be all set and ready to go and get back to work. But enough about me. I just want to give you 10 pointers when traveling to Ghana. Number 1, I want to talk about the currency exchange rate. Know one thing: when you first travel to Ghana and you get off that airport, and once you take your money there to exchange it for Ghana cedi, it works pretty much like this. The larger the bill, the more value your money has. So if you come with $100 bills, you're going to get the highest rate possible for your exchange. If you come with $20 bills, $10 bills, whatever, the lower the bill, the less value you will get in return. So all in all, once you land in Ghana, you know that you want to go with the highest amount of bills that you can. As many $100 bills that you can possibly, so you get the best bang for your money. So also I'm going to talk about Western Union, and I just found this out because I make a lot of payments when I'm here back to Ghana for so many different reasons. This particular time that I just made a payment just this month, for the amount of $3,500. That was for land that I'm developing property, a swimming pool, home, whatever. But a new property that I'm developing on a piece of land. So I'm still trying to get things paid off, situated with the law firm that I have, and it's just a whole bunch of legalistic stuff that I'm going through. But this is what I want to talk about. When I sent that, I'm always sending a payment by Western Union. Lately, I've been using my PayPal card, because what I did, I left my PayPal card with my wife back home. That since I would use my PayPal, and I told her it was probably cheaper anyway. Now I'm gonna show you how much cheaper it really is. $3,500 I was sending through Western Union. I'm just gonna talk in American terms. Out of that $3,500, Western Union takes 10% of everything before you even see it get exchanged, and plus their fee. So that's 10% of $3,500 is what? $350. I've never even known this before, and I'm just now learning this out, and I'm gonna tell you how I figured it out. When I sent that $3,500 over by Western Union, I eventually had to cancel it because the landowner had visited Kansas City, Missouri here to visit another relative. They have Ghanaian relatives over here in the U.S. So they asked me to send it on one of their relatives' Cash App, because they had Cash App, and I use Cash App a lot when I'm here in the U.S. So that's how I initially found out, because when I did the exchange rate here, and I just said I'm gonna send that particular amount to him directly in U.S. dollars, that's when I realized that Western Union was taking 10% of everything and plus their fee. So basically, just to make that payment of $3,500, now I'm back in Ghana cedis, I was paying nearly 4,000 CDs just to send one payment. 4,000 CDs nearly just to make one payment. Amazing. And I'm guaranteeing many people know nothing about this. If you have family, friends, whatever in Ghana, you want to invest in a PayPal card or at least a debit card. I also have two Wells Fargo cards. One that I could carry with me and a secondary Wells Fargo that my wife could keep back home in Ghana, since I use my Wells Fargo card almost always when I'm in Ghana. I withdraw from the ATM. I make cash, I make credit purchases with my Wells Fargo debit ATM card. And with my PayPal card, the surcharge is $1.50 no matter the amount that I pull out. So if I want to go pull out 3,000 CDs while I'm in Ghana, I'm only going to pay $1.50, which is seven CDs and 50 pesos. So compare 7 CDs and 50 pesos with could be 300, 400, 500, 600 CDs if I was dealing with Western Union. So once more, please look into this. Every time that you send Western Union money, they're taking 10% before they even give you the total of the exchange rate. If you don't believe me, all you have to do is go into Western Union, put $1,000 in cash, see the exchange rate, and then go to a Cash App or just go to Google and do the exchange rate difference there. Then you'll figure it out for yourself. So if you really want to save money, stop using Western Union to send overseas. Number two, I'm going to talk about taxi service. Once you get to the airport, when you come out, you're going to have a lot of people always wanting to handle your bags, this, and the other. When you're first coming down to where your customs are, where they check your bags, I mean, technically I don't stop at customs because they just push me along because they see my face for so many years every day. So then I don't even get stopped anymore. They just push me along. But I will tell you this: if you're new there, you probably want to keep $5, a few $5 bills on the hand or whatever, because dash. I will always say keep 520s, about $20. Keep 520s on the hand just to dash out $5 here, $5 here, until you get to where you can exchange money. And the airport has changed. Kotoka Airport is been renovated since the last year or two. It's really nice. It is really modernized now. It looks like an airport, and as much as New York City is an airport, and what they have there is pretty much the same. So they have really done a lot, and there's a really big upgrade to Kotoka Airport. Have you been to Ghana ever before and haven't been in the last 2 years, you'll be heavily surprised and proud of what they've done. But what it is still, you still have to catch a shuttle bus from one end to the other because there's still a lot of construction going on. So once you arrive at the new airport, you still have to take a shuttle bus now that will ship you to the old airport. And from there you get your taxi service and all that. And once you get off the shuttle bus, when you're dealing with the taxis, they're going to show you a list. They're going to say, where are you going? So when they're going, they can say, oh, well, that's such and such. Here, you see here, it says it right there. It's BS, pretty much. Everything is negotiable. That list is to get the most amount of money that they can out of a foreigner. That's pretty much what the list is made for. If they tell you a place is it's 200 CDs for me to go there, see it's on the list, tell them you give them 100 CDs. Even if you plan to give them 150, tell them you give them 100. It's always going to be a negotiating table, but always start low. Never start with what you actually intend to give them. So always start low and let them work their way closer to your price rather than you work your way, work yourself closer to their price. That's going to be anywhere. It's not just at the airport. Anywhere when you're catching a taxi. If you want to continue, you want to stay cheap, go by Trotro. Most places I go to, I use a Trotro. It's nothing to me. So now I'm very comfortable. I'm used to it, I guess I would say. Especially when you're making long travels. Like if you're going from, maybe you're in some part of Accra and you want to go to the mall. It's nothing to catch a trade show and spend 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Probably not even that. But if you're going to travel, say like you want to go to from Accra to Kumasi, you always want to take a bus. You want to take one of the coach buses, and they're really not expensive. I think from Accra to Kumasi is like 35 CDs, something like that. So it's not an expensive thing, but you get air conditioner, you get comfort seating. You know, it's beneficial. Never take a trocho when you want to make long travel. Never take a taxi when you want to make long travel. Taxis are only for a very short distance. So anything usually over like 20 CDs is considered long distance. And 20 CDs is a considerable amount paying for a taxi, especially when you're doing it all the time. So I would say stick with trochos as much as possible. Use taxis only when necessary. Hotel stay. Well, this is kind of right up my alley since now I have a bit of some profitable gain in guest house of mine now, and also a hotel stay. It's called Peace and Unity. It's located in Atabraka. The prices range from anywhere from 65 CDs to 125 CDs per night. In US dollars, that's anywhere from $15 to say $25, $15 to $30 a night. Nice, clean, very affordable, decent service. You will love the area, very safe. It's a bit far from the roadside, so you always got to take a local taxi car. Oh, that's what I didn't get to. Local taxi cars like this, they have a distance from point A to point B, and the charge is always the same for everybody. Free taxi is or what they call it, droppings. They call it droppings. Is when you take this taxi. This is your personal taxi, and you're paying to go from here, from point A to the point B, by negotiating with the driver. That's called a dropping. A local is just like a bus, except a bus line or wherever you live, like a bus line or a train line. Does it go from point A to point B, and it's the same price for all passengers. There's no negotiating. So they're pretty much always cheap. So it's, you know, no matter how far they go, it's usually like a CD here, a CD there. It's nothing big, but that's the difference between local taxi and a dropping. But back to the rental. Aside from staying in Pokwasi where I'm at, renting out the guest house that we have, I also have my suburban home in Pokwasi that I rent out to on a weekly basis or a monthly basis to foreigners. 4-bedroom house also. 24-hour service. Great place. Pretty much like a mini mansion. Have all the amenities. You lack nothing at all. It's right down the street from shopping malls, shopping centers, movie theaters. So, you know, you have pretty much the same world at your hand there in Ghana that you do here in America. But also there's, if you want to go to the Eastern region, there's one that I recommend. Oh goodness, I've stayed here so many times. It's called Mizanaka Sumbo. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I don't remember this. Oh my goodness, it'll come to me. But I'll post it underneath once it comes to me. But it's a Nakasumbo. They range from I think they up the price a little bit, so it's probably like 75 CDs a night to as much as 150 CDs a night. A very big, large, spacious room. Very quiet. Akasumbo is. If you want to go toward the Volta Dam, the largest handmade dam in the entire world, you know, there's a lot of tourist attractions there in the eastern region. You can do that, and also if you want to stay in Accra, you know, in the main part of the city, there's one that I used to live at called the Ingot, but they moved further down. This is in Atabraka, but right across from where they used to be is man, I gotta get these hotels together. These names is escaping my head all of a sudden. It's right there in Atabraka. It's down from my salon shop, and I can't even remember the name. I'm gonna post these things underneath when I'll probably make a phone call, call back home and get the names, because the names are escaping me, and I'll put the names and the prices so that you know. And these are reputable hotels that you have nothing to worry about, and they're very, very affordable. That's the thing, they're very, very affordable. So let's talk about number 5. Point number 5: buying food. In all likelihood, you probably don't want to buy roadside food especially if this is your first time coming, because it takes it takes time to get used to roadside food, especially the body. When I first ate roadside food a few times, I was always going. My system was just messed up. But after years and years, I don't eat it much. I hardly eat it at all. Most of my food is cooked at home. But we do go out. We eat at KFC's. We eat some pizza. We eat at Pizza Hut. We might go to a nice restaurant. We might go eat some shawarmas. We eat all types of. There's a couple of good Mexican restaurants there in uh, Osu. Osu has a lot of nice places that you can eat and have a good night out with family and friends. But for the most part, I buy my meats and groceries from ShopRite. I buy a lot of my meats when I want to, cook things like I cook here at home. Pretty much, ShopRite is just like the ShopRites or the supermarkets, Acme markets that we have here. Just a lot much more expensive to buy our local food, which to them is foreign food. So you can understand why it's like 6, 7 times the price that you normally would pay for it. But if you're willing to pay for it, you can pretty much eat the same here that you eat there, or eat there here. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what you call it, street vendors, street food or whatever. I mean, once in a while, I would say, more than likely you're going to try it, because you're going to have people say, hey, try this, try this, try this. It's okay, but I would say never make a habit out of it, because you never know how clean people truly are. Your best case scenario is to always eat at home, have your food cooked at home. And, that's just for safekeeping. And as far as the water, always drink bottled water. Sachet water, what they call pure water. Pure water. The water is pure. Pure water. 10 pesos, 20 pesos, whatever. But I drink sachet water once in a while, because it's always so much colder than a bottled water, especially on a hot, scorching day. If you're sweating like profusely and you just need to throw a bucket of ice on your head, sometimes you will go for that sachet water, because a lot of times it is ice freaking cold. And bottled water hardly is ever that cold. But it's okay. Just don't make a habit out of it. So, just a point of mine. Stick with bottled water, I would say 80% of the time. 20% of the time, yeah, you can drink sachet water. It's not going to be so much of a harm to you. Touring. Cape Coast, Slave Castles, beautiful place to go. Not for those reasons, but for the reason of historical reasons. I would say make it a point to get there. There are many other tourist attractions. I can hook you up with tour guides to handle that, professionally. Very, very good people, and good at what they do. So I won't spend a lot of time talking about that, because I can always link you to somebody who can always be there at the airport or meet you wherever you need to and take care of you as far as tour. Like I said, the people I know, the tours are, it's outstanding. Like I'm impressed. Like I've kind of gone along, but like never was, given the full-fledged tour or whatever. Because I hang around here, there, and everywhere, and I see people that I know. I say, oh, doing a tour, a couple Black Americans. But from what I see, from what I understand, the pictures that a couple of them showed me, videos. I mean, it's great. Not only do they take you through the tourist attractions, they take you to a lot of the local neighborhoods, communities. They actually have you interact a lot with the locals, from cooking to seeing how they live. Sometimes even spending the night in homes. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool, I would say. So like I said, if you ever decide that you need a tour guide, somebody you could trust, not going to screw you over, for any money, not going to take advantage of you, I always have people who will definitely be there for you. And you have my word as bond on that. Jobs in Ghana. If you ever think about one day up and moving to Ghana, don't. Really don't. It's not that simple. I'm almost 10 years in. I always say 10 years when it's only been like 9. But to me, it's 10 years. I was saying 10 years like 3 years ago. But the hardest part about Ghana as a foreigner is income, residual income. Income that's going to keep coming in to support yourself and support your family. That is the most difficult thing about moving to Ghana. Unfortunate for me, I wasted a lot of money doing the wrong things, living the wrong life. And, you know, it just took to now for me to get myself together, get my company, you know, decide to build a company in Ghana, one that actually stretches from Ghana to the U.S. So, you know, I'm truly blessed for that, for finally getting my head together and doing things the right way. But it took some time for me to figure that out because I just wasn't living right. I just wasn't doing the right things. I was woman chasing, and you know, it was just alcohol and women for me at the time. So, you know, I had to mature a little bit. I had to grow up, and that's where I'm at today. So, but I would say about jobs in Ghana, unless you're into engineering or, you know, at university teaching level, or you know, I would say pretty much they're the main jobs that you can get in Ghana. Anything that's dealing with engineering and university level teaching with a master's degree or so forth, you get a pretty good paying job there. After that will be self-employment. Pretty much it's all about what it is that you do, what you find delight in doing yourself. There's many job opportunities, or I would say company or business opportunities in Ghana. It's all about you and what you do, what makes you happy. Because I always tell people to do something that makes you happy. Do something, build something that that brings you joy in your daily activities of doing it. So, you know, there's countless opportunities. I mean, I could think of what you call, not fishing, but fish farms they have. I know a German guy who came there and built a company off fish farming. He's doing pretty well. I know another foreigner who came there, and they're doing things like rental. They rent things out for weddings and events, like just wedding chairs and tables, this, that, and the other. Just like simple things that you rent that everybody needs every day for funerals, weddings, and gatherings. And they're doing pretty well. And I'm just giving them a couple examples. What I'm saying is that there are many job opportunities, but you always have to think about collateral. You always have to think about the legal part of it. You always have to have the right team, because without the right team and people you could trust, then, you know, everything that you're doing, your hard-earned work, your hard-earned money will be all for naught. I was very fortunate to have people that have been around for years that I was able to put my trust in over the years. People that had always been there for me. Even when I was doing wrong, they was always doing me right. And eventually, when I was ready to start the company, marrying Ghana up, there are some of the people that I called on. And I tell you the truth that I could not have gotten as far as I am now without them. And pretty much, I might be the brains behind it and financial, but without them, nothing that I do works. Nothing that I do moves. So you definitely have to have the right team of people around you. I have one who does the legal works of it. I have one who does the hustle works of it. I have one who goes out and gets new contracts maybe. Or I have another person who goes out and make a few ideas that I have come to light and put it to work. So, you know, there's people in every branch of what I do. And I have a CEO who's great at what she does. I don't know if I could ever hire somebody better than her. But basically, that's what it is when it comes to self-employment. Have the proper people. So don't be so quick in a rush to hop into anything. Take your time, research, study people, study the industry that you're in, and always get feedback. And you have to know how to take criticism. You have to be able to take criticism, and you should want criticism, because, you know, it took me to take a lot of it to really know mistakes I was making, and just along with the mistakes I was making, there was some good choices I was making. So, you know, it's a two-way street, but you just need the right people in place to tell you when maybe that's not good. And sometimes they may be wrong, but it's a gathering of the minds when you could bring a group of people together and sit at a round table and we all put our heads together. What's the next best step to take? We can always go places. So it's all about having the right foundation of people in Ghana to be there to work with and be there for you. And like I said, that can take years, not months, but that could take building relationships over years. So That's why I say the move to Ghana is nothing that you could do overnight. It's just something that you have to do gradually. Me, I spend half my time in the U.S., half my time in Ghana. U.S. part, I come back. I was always coming back to work jobs for like 6 months. Whether I had to go through a third party or hiring agency or just go get a job on my own, whether I was making $10 an hour, $15 or $20 an hour, it was a job that I can always leave and come back to for the most part or go get another one. So that money, making it here and there, after the years, it built up and one at a time, I was putting that money into the things that I wanted to do. I was putting that money into my business, to my company. Even though I could have flashy cars, I got rid of my car. I've made a lot of sacrifices to get where I'm at right now. So it's all about sacrifice and having the right people around you. Like I said, being that we're foreigners and you're a foreigner, to come to Ghana and just meet strangers, that's a very difficult thing to do. And many times it's a very unsafe thing to do. And like I said, fortunate for me, I was spending half the year, almost every year. And sometimes, at one point I stayed there for 2.5 years without leaving at all. So, these things, I was able to build these relationships over the course of years. Um, I would say my number 8 point would be, okay, amounts needed for a short-term and long-term stay. If you're just planning to go to Ghana for a week, some people say, like, how much do you think that I would need? If you're just going there for a week, everything always depends on what it is that you're going to do. If you want to tour, like, say, for a day or two, you want to go out, club, hang out, eat the good food, travel a lot, I would say $500. $500 for a week to go out and do as much as you can do. $500 pinpoint. That's, without the hotel stay. That's just spending money. I would say as a tourist coming, $500 is adequate to do pretty much everything that you want to do. Go travel places that you want to travel. So no more than $500, I would say. As far as long-term stay, they have aside, like I said, I do rental properties. I have like I said, the hotel that rent now, and we also have the guest house, the house itself that we rent out. So like I said, if you're interested, if you want to stay just outside of the Accra region, which is the suburbs of Accra, which is Pocoasi, which is where both of my properties are, I'll be glad to help you out. But anywhere else, and in the major city of Accra, the eastern region, and Akosombo, I have places there, and even one in Kumasi. Like I said, when I get the names of those places and the roads, I can always direct you. It's easy to direct you to them places. Especially the drivers, all the drivers at the airport now. And I can always give you that information. Link up with me. But for long-term stay, like say you decide to stay 2 weeks, you double it up. But there are other guest houses that will give you deals on whether you want to stay 30 days or 2 weeks or whatever. Some of them are expensive, some of them are affordable. I would say go to Chinatown. If you want to look for a property in a certain area that you want to stay, use Chinatown or OLX. What else? OLX and Chinatown. Yeah, I would use them too. I would stick with those two to get what you want. As far as if you need to rent a car, rental cars are anywhere from 250 CDs and up. 250 CDs, well, they have lower ones, probably, the little taxi short ones that you're not going to be interested in. But say like a Toyota Camry, you get for like 200 or 300 CDs a night. So it's about $75 per day. Basic price, same here, we pay in the U.S. So it's not that much of a difference. In order to rent it, you're going to need your international license, which you can go to any AAA, get it. It's $15. You take one passport photo with you. You pay $15 at any local AAA around America. You take it there. They give you this little 3-page form. I ain't even think to get mine out because I don't know where's it at right now. You put your passport picked on it. You pay them $15 and it lasts for 12 months. So you have the international driver's permit for 12 months for $15. And like I said, you get it at any AAA. So they all do it. And once you get to Ghana, if you want to rent, you just need that and your passport. You would keep that permit with you, and you will leave your passport with the car rental agency. They want to make sure you don't run off with that car. They got your passport, but that's just common sense. So you always got to keep your U.S. driver's license with you as well. So if you're renting a car to drive yourself, you have to keep your U.S. driver's license with you along with the international driver's permit with you, and that's about it. And if cops stop you and they say, oh well, they might talk nonsense to you. Oh well, this is not acceptable. This BS is acceptable. It's on the back of it. It says it. Ghana. What they want is a bribe. So you get them 5 CDs, 10 CDs to leave you alone, whatever it is. Everything in Ghana is about a bribe. So that's just the way the country works. So, you know, it's small money. A dollar is pretty much 5 CDs. So pay them $1. Just look at it as, well, I'm just giving this guy $1 or $2 to get out of my head. And get out of my way, leave me alone and let me go about my business. So, like I said, after a while you get used to it, it's nothing. So, you know, just think about it like that. And crime. The crime rate in Ghana is risen. There's more robberies. There's a spike in murders, unfortunately. But overall, Ghana is still pretty much a peaceful place to be. But what it is that, just like any country in the world, you know, everywhere has crime for various reasons, but usually always is similar reasons. But just to, I guess told or spoken or differentiated in a different way. But one thing they have now, they have what they call what do they call them guns? I think they call them I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm trying to think about the name of these guns. Blacksmith gun unit. So the blacksmith gun unit is this. Pretty much now, you know, the average citizen is not allowed to carry guns in Ghana. It's not the U.S. Like you could just free run and have free range to go out and buy guns in Ghana. Only military and police officers can carry guns unless you have a special permit for that. Now what robbers are doing, they're going to blacksmith. And now what blacksmiths are doing is this. In lower towns, they have blacksmiths who actually put together guns. Excuse me. They actually build guns now. And they're guns without serial numbers, guns that can't even be traced. You probably could look it up on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on YouTube, but I'm sure. I know I've seen it on CNN, so I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. But the robbers are using guns now. Instead of machetes or ganging up with people, they're using illegitimate guns. They're using blacksmith-made guns. Like I said, they're untraceable, no serial numbers for it. So that's becoming a problem in Ghana. So you always want to be mindful of that, especially when being out late at night. I would say do not travel long distances late at night. It is not safe, even if you're with friends. I'm letting you know now, it is very unsafe to travel late at night, long distances in the country of Ghana. Just as it would be in most places, especially you know, on the continent of Africa. If you can avoid it, do so. As far as robberies, like I said, there's a spike in robberies all around the country. My home myself, I have a few houses around me, all in really